Don't miss the Green and Growing Show in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Eagle TV. Ellis County Horticulture Agent Holly Dickman will identify common lawn and garden issues while providing up-to-date information. Watch weekdays in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Channel 14 or 614. Green and Growing, brought to you by Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40, and Eagle TV.
With our current weather conditions, it takes a real expert to create landscape that'll thrive. Riedel's Garden Center has the staff with the expertise of water requirements for plants, lawns, and landscapes that'll stand up to our changing weather conditions. With 25 years of hands-on experience, owner Darren Riedel will customize a landscape design and irrigation system to meet your expectations and our climate. It's recommended to protect your lawn using Fertilome products available at Riedel's Garden Center, an authorized dealer. Call or stop by Riedel's Garden Center today.
Well, it's that time of year when I start getting questions about some of the weeds that show up in our lawns. And one weed that I see in warm season grasses every single year, and I'm starting to get questions about it, is a weed called little barley. This is actually a grassy weed, and it's an annual weed, so that means it comes up from a seed every year. And this seed for this weed actually germinates in the fall. So similar to henbit, that purple flowered weed that I talked about in a previous episode, this is a weed that also comes up in the fall, and this is the time of year when people start noticing it because it starts to send out these little seed heads. And before that, it's pretty disguised in the grass. You know, we have some buffalo grass here, and we do have some little barley growing here, and it's really pretty disguised. You don't really notice it until it starts sending up this seed head. And in a few weeks, when it gets warmer, this will actually turn brown because it's at the end of its life cycle. So that's when I start to really get lots of phone calls, because that's when it looks like little dead spots in your yard. I always compare this weed to winter wheat in the area. We all know what winter wheat looks like. Comes up in the fall, sits there through the winter, and then this time of year it starts to die out. And so after that, its life cycle is done. Nothing you can do about it, unfortunately, at this time of year, once it starts sending out these seed heads, other than pull. And fortunately, this is a weed that has a really shallow root system. I don't know if you can see this here, but it's got a really shallow root system, so it is fairly easy to pull, especially if we've had some rain. But in some yards, it's so thick that it's almost impossible to get it all out. It's not practical to sit there and pull everything. So then your other option is to spot spray with Roundup or something like that if you want to try to kill it at this time of year. Spot spraying with Roundup or glyphosate, which is the active ingredient, is a non-selective herbicide, so it will kill anything it touches, and you will end up with dead spots in your yard. But don't worry about that, because as the season goes on, that buffalo grass or that Bermuda grass will fill in those areas and you won't ever notice that anything was there. Now, one of the best defenses against this weed, if you don't want to have it in the future, is to use a pre-emergent herbicide in the fall. So when we're talking about pre-emergent herbicides, there are some that are more effective on little barley than others. The active ingredient that is recommended is called Arizalin, and this can be found in a product called Weed Impede or Surflan. So this is something, again, that you put down before the weed seed actually germinates, and you would want to do this about mid-September to have good luck trying to keep this weed out of your yard for the following spring. If you have questions about little barley or other weeds in your yard, please contact your local extension office for more information. Reporting for K-State Research and Extension and Eagle TV, I'm Holly Dickman, Ellis County Horticulture Extension Agent.
Don't miss the Green and Growing Show in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Eagle TV. Ellis County Horticulture Agent Holly Dickman will identify common lawn and garden issues while providing up-to-date information. Watch weekdays in the noon to 9 p.m. hours on Channel 14 or 614. Green and Growing, brought to you by Riedel's Garden Center, a full-service garden center west of Hayes on Highway 40, and Eagle TV.
With our current weather conditions, it takes a real expert to create landscape that'll thrive. Riedel's Garden Center has the staff with the expertise of water requirements for plants, lawns, and landscapes that'll stand up to our changing weather conditions. With 25 years of hands-on experience, owner Darren Riedel will customize a landscape design and irrigation system to meet your expectations and our climate. It's recommended to protect your lawn using Fertilome products available at Riedel's Garden Center, an authorized dealer. Call or stop by Riedel's Garden Center today.